Hello, everybody. This is Mayor Mike. It must be Wednesday, and these are the answers to your Ask the Mayor questions that you submitted last week. We have 6 questions today. The first one comes from Karen. There's a problem with parents dropping off their children for a school bus stop at the intersection of Rolling Meadow Drive and Silver Lane. Parents are parking on both sides of the street, making it hard for traffic to go on Silver Lane or turn onto Rolling Meadow. I wonder if that bus stop could be moved from that intersection to just down the street to Jonathan Lane and Rolling Meadows. So, Karen, I don't have oversight over the Board of Education, but I have contacted the superintendent on your behalf, and we've handed it off to the school bus coordinator, who is working with the bus driver, and we'll see if we can't get that done. So that item, first of 6 questions, has been handed off to the Board of Education. Question number 2 comes from Jim. My question is to ask you to look into the illegal parking on East River Drive along the roadway approaching East River Park entrance. Every night, vehicles park there, ignoring no parking signs. To make matters worse, the next morning there are loads of trash left on the street and the sidewalk dumped from vehicles. What can be done to prevent this? So, Jim, unfortunately, that is a perennial problem in that particular area. Police have been notified. They'll be stepping up patrols. In Public Works, now that the weather's nice, we can roll out our sweeper and do a better job cleaning that roadway more regularly. Again, it's a known problem area, but thank you for bringing it to our attention. It is receiving increased police scrutiny and also additional cleaning from Public Works. Question number 3 comes from Joseph. Speeding traffic is out of control on Oxford Drive. Please send help. This is going on 24/7. Definitely, Joseph, police have been advised and have assured me they're stepping up patrols in the area, but it's a head shaker for me. It's happening all over our town. It's happening all over our state. It's happening all over our country. Can't understand why. Pedestrian deaths are up. And for anybody who's watching this, I just want to encourage everybody, make your community a safer place to live. Slow down, please. Stop at all the stop signs. We'll all be happier. We'll all be safer. Question number 4 comes from Ryan. I have lived in East Hartford for 9 years. I haven't really been involved in the community a lot. I am involved in the Knights of Columbus, or was involved in the Knights of Columbus in Newington. Would you recommend any organizations I can join here in East Hartford? And Ryan, if I miss an organization, I'm going to get into trouble, but I'm going to give you 3 that are excellent, and then I'm going to give you a 4th that you may want to consider, and then I'm going to give you a phone number. So the first off, Knights of Columbus here in East Hartford, at least those that have our East Hartford members, we may share it with Glastonbury. You may want to get involved in that more locally. The Lions Club is an excellent organization, and Rotary is an excellent organization. And I said, I've only named 3. There are probably many, many others. But here's something else to think about. Your town, whether hopefully you're a Democrat or a Republican, you've chosen some political affiliation, really needs your help. We want community members who are interested in moving the town forward to get involved, either on the Democratic or Republican side. And even if you're an independent, give me your information and take a look on the website, www.easthartfordct.org, and look at all the boards and commissions. There's veterans commissions, there's fine arts, there's a whole host of them. And that would be an opportunity for you to serve your community. If you're interested in that, please call 860-291-7201 and ask for Roz. Roz, off the top of her head, has a list of boards and commissions as well as local community organizations that she'll get you hooked up with. So consider this a personal invitation to help your community, and if not, a local organization. Question number 5, which is actually number 45 since we've started this particular Ask the Mayor on Wednesdays, comes from Kevin. He writes with a concern about dirt bike use in his neighborhood. He mentioned that he spoke to the Town Ordinance Committee and Chief Sansom, and they presented a petition regarding a dirt bike track adjacent to Anita, Northfield, Timrod Trail, and Forest Streets. Has the regulation on dirt bikes been created? So, Kevin, I'm happy to report that in Chapter 13, Section 1 of the Town Ordinances under Nuisances, which was passed in March 18th of 2021, there is a prohibition on operating dirt bikes within a residential area. They need to be at least 1,000 feet away. In the event somebody is willfully, the first time they get warned, but after that, if they're willfully flouting the ordinance, the police can seize their dirt bike. And beyond that, there's places for a $1,000 fine, a $1,500 fine, and a $2,000 fine. I'm going to remind the police chief, we have a meeting with him tomorrow, but if you call, because it must be enforced by the police department, if you call on a complaint, when you remind dispatch or you see the officer in the field, just cite that chapter 13-1, nuisances, covers this in detail. I will also remind the chief to get this out to the officers, so we should tighten up maybe the miscommunication that we had so far, but there is a solution to the problem. In my last question number 6, which is number 46 on the term in terms of accumulated questions, goes out to Riddy. And I apologize to Riddy because this originally, for some reason, went into my spam folder on March 13th. So here we are at the beginning of April, and I'm only responding to your concern. It talks about 4 shoplifting incidents at the small local store that her family runs. And I certainly apologize for that. I certainly have the police directed to take a look. And from what I understand, they have already been by your store and they have made some suggestions to help you to more securely, fasten down your inventory. It's unfortunate that we live in a day and age where that happens or this happens, but East Hartford stands ready with you. Our police department is ready to work with you. And to the extent that we can create leads and go out there and arrest those who have shoplifted, we will. So thank you for reaching out. Apologies for my slow response because it went into my spam folder. And again, police, based on my understanding, have already been out to your store. But keep us in the loop. We will continue to work on this with you until we come up with a successful solution. So this is Mayor Mike from 740 Town Hall. Thank you for your questions. Keep them coming, and I'll see you next week.